Is XRP really about to explode, or are we all just being played? One crypto founder is boldly predicting $10,000 per XRP. Analysts say XRP holders are about to print life-changing money. And while Ripple and the SEC asked the court to pause, again, Canada just dropped the bomb. Its first XRP ETF is going live. So what does this mean? Are we truly on the cusp of financial revolution, or is it just another masterfully timed distraction? Let's dive in. Jake Claver, managing director of the Digital Ascension Group, has reignited one of the boldest XRP price predictions out there, $10,000 per coin in just 24 months.
He says, is there a set amount of XRP needed to move a set amount of money? Do we know it makes more sense for XRP to be high priced? The fee is fixed on the network, and the higher the price of XRP is, the more money it can move for the less amount of XRP. So as an example, right now, if let's say XRP was $1 instead of what it is, it's higher than that. But if it was $1, you need 1 million XRP to move $1 million. And this is an example that David Schwartz said, you could use 1 million XRP to move $1 million, or if XRP was $1 million a piece, then you would just need 1 XRP to move $1 million. So the network and the asset become much more efficient as the price increases of the asset. And it's really programmed to be around $10,000. Is where it starts to reach some of its efficiencies. And so that's where I think it'll be in the next 48, well, probably less than that, next 24 months.
Claver explained that XRP's efficiency in handling institutional transactions improves as the price goes up. He echoed what Ripple CTO David Schwartz has said before. At $1, it takes 1 million XRP to move $1 million. But at $10,000, just 1 XRP could theoretically do the job. According to Claver, this means XRP is programmed to reach that 5-figure price tag. The math, if XRP wants to move trillions efficiently and compete at the institutional level, 10,000 isn't crazy, it's necessary. Of course, not everyone's buying it. Like, critics say this would imply a market cap bigger than the entire global economy. But Claver and many XRP maxes say that market cap isn't relevant for utility-driven tokens like XRP. Bold? Yes. Impossible? We'll see. Next up, the chart that's lighting crypto Twitter on fire. The analyst known as CryptoBaste is predicting XRP is about to print money for holders. His logic? First, XRP has a powerful bull flag on the daily and weekly timeframes, a setup that historically precedes explosive moves. His Fibonacci extension places the upside target at $10.69 with a minimum breakout move to $8. Second, and more importantly, he points out that the market still hasn't priced in the regulatory clarity XRP now enjoys. Remember, XRP was declared not a security back in July 2023, yet the coin barely reacted. According to CryptoBaste, that's about to change. Now XRP is holding a new base around $2, and Beast believes it's ready for liftoff. His bottom line? We're about to print. And if he's right, 1,000 XRP could soon be worth $10,000 or more. And just when you thought the Ripple v. SEC saga was finally over, plot twist, the SEC just filed to pause the appeal again for another 60 days. The reason? Both Ripple and the SEC are trying to finalize a settlement, one that would cut Ripple's penalty from $125 million to $50 million and remove the permanent injunction. But here's the twist. Judge Torres already denied the motion once, citing lack of exceptional circumstances. Now, they've refiled the motion with new justifications, and we're all waiting on her next move. The next major date? August 15, 2025. If she approves it, the case could be closed. Ripple would be free. XRP could finally breathe. But if not, we're heading right back into legal limbo. Meanwhile, Canada just fired the first real institutional XRP shot. Purpose Investments, the same firm that launched the first Bitcoin ETF in 2021, is officially launching the first North American XRP ETF. Set to debut June 18 under the ticker XRPP on the Toronto Stock Exchange, this fund will give everyday and institutional investors regulated exposure to XRP. And Purpose isn't alone. Brazil already has an XRP ETF via Hashdex. Meanwhile, Bitwise, Grayscale, and even Franklin Templeton are moving to bring XRP ETFs to the US. Bloomberg's Eric Balchunas now gives an 85% chance of US approval this year. Jason Yanowitz from Blockworks says XRP ETFs are next after Solana. If just 15% of Bitcoin ETF inflows go into XRP ETFs, analysts project XRP could hit $12, and that's without the legal case being resolved. So where does XRP stand today? Price-wise, we're seeing some turbulence. After climbing to $2.40 earlier this month, XRP is down slightly, now trading at 20 cents after a 2.2% daily loss. But zoom out and the structure still looks incredibly bullish. Technical indicators like RSI are pointing toward a rebound, and whale activity suggests major players are simply repositioning, not exiting. More than that, momentum is clearly building. Altcoins across the board are showing strength, and XRP is sitting right at the center of regulatory clarity, institutional interest, and massive ETF anticipation. Still, let's not kid ourselves. There are real risks. The $10,000 prediction? Critics say it's mathematically implausible. A market cap of $500 trillion would dwarf the entire global economy. Even if market cap doesn't matter for utility tokens, liquidity does, and XRP may not be there yet. The SEC case? One more procedural hiccup could delay things for another year. And the ETF hype? If the US delays approval, that could stall momentum or worse, trigger a short-term dump. So while the stars are aligning, moonshots still need fuel and patience. So is XRP finally ready to explode? We've got a bold $10,000 price prediction with an institutional use case theory. We've got analysts calling a bottom and forecasting a breakout. We've got Ripple and the SEC inching toward peace, and Canada dropping the first ever XRP ETF. All signs point to one thing: something big is coming. Whether it's the moon or just more smoke and mirrors remains to be seen. But make no mistake, the XRP story is far from over. Subscribe for more updates and don't blink. The next XRP chapter is just getting started.